What's up? Welcome everybody. Oh, good to see some familiar faces. What's up, Colleen? What's up, Amy? Aaron, how you doing? Donna. Thank you, Donna. What's up, Margaret? Torrin. Torrin's got something interesting to drink there. Bruce. What's up, David? Tomas. Gordon. Tania, how you doing? What's up, Rob R? Ann Martin, how you doing? Oh, good. That looks good. Yeah, this is you can see my progress during the week. Too much work, not enough drinking from last week, but hopefully this next week. This is how we're going to judge how things are going. You know, if it's only a little bit going down each week, I didn't have a lot of time. So exactly. So good to see everybody. Thank you guys for being here. This is funny. I remembered a thing I just told Rachel. I was like, okay, let's do the second gig now. And this is when I used to play with Chris Bodie. Since it's a pandemic, I can admit that. He was so great about his energy level, but we'd go out and meet folks after the gig. And that's when I really first kind of fell in love with doing that, you know. What we do on stage when there's multiple musicians there, it's such a communal thing, but it's so involving the audience so much more than I always feel like the audience realizes. That it's great to like meet people and connect with them also, because we feel so connected with the audience anyway. And then in this new situation, you know, it really just means even more because I'm imagining the audiences, but I'm starting to learn a few things like, you know, looking over, because I can see the chat. Once I figured that out, and Rachel told me that, like, that's people clapping. I was like, wow, okay. Now we're starting to go. What's up, Guy? How you doing, man? I'm unmuting you because I feel like, what's up, Guy?
Hello, how are you?
Good. Tout bon, tout bem.
Tudo bem.
Man.
Great concert tonight. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much, man. I didn't mean to put you on the spot to put you up here, but it's always good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Cool. All right, Dan, is Rachel here, or are you in the place
I'm
of?
here.
You're here. I don't see you.
I just have my video off.
You have your video. She's so mysterious. That's the wonderful Rachel Morgan. We have two Rachels in the organization. Rachel Morgan, who is here and is our community manager, our operations manager, a number of different wonderful things. And Rachel, hey, what's up? Wait, did you show everybody Bob Ross last week?
I don't know. I think I tried to wrangle him over here. Right now he's sleeping in the window, so okay. I'm not gonna wake him up.
Rachel Morgan has a new cat named Bob Ross, or as I like to say, the most typical millennial cat name, I think, at this point. But he's beautiful. But he's huge. He's massive.
He's pretty big.
Okay.
Okay, so welcome everyone. So what we're going to do, if you have something to say or a question or whatever you like, you can, if you're on a computer, you can hit participants, and then you can hit the raise hand button, and we'll get to everyone. So we're trying to keep a tight ship here tonight, so we're going to try to see if everyone can limit their comments and questions and everything to about 3 minutes, and that'll help us get to everyone. So let's see. You ready to go, Peter?
Let's do it.
Okay. First is Amy Burcham. You're unmuted.
That word that starts with A. Mine will be quick. It's something that's been on my mind, for a couple of weeks now. There's so many wonderful recordings here. Are you thinking box set maybe? Is there something I can, that I can give to people for Christmas?
Oh, man, I haven't even, I'm going day by day, week by week. I'll definitely consider it. Yeah, box set. How do we box this stuff up?
At least 5 CDs, there's so much here.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, thank you. I mean, yeah, I guess there's definitely a catalog to choose from, which is fun, but thanks a lot. Yeah, we'll definitely have something together by Christmas recording wise. One thing that's, I was talking with Christian McBride. I had a great conversation with him, the wonderful bassist, earlier in the week, and he kind of pointed out something that he's like, Peter, I mean, we've known each other since we were kids, teenagers. And he's like, yeah, we've always been both kind of optimistic guys, half his glass full. And I think that this period where everything is so unknown, I think there's a lot of possibilities. So I would just say that, yes, we will have something together by Christmas, and I have no idea what it'll be. You know what I mean? Which is part of the exciting part, I guess, in a way.
I just want to hear these again.
All right. Well, thanks, Amy. And thanks for being here. Great to see you every week.
Next is Tomas.
What's up, Peter?
What's up, Tomas? Cheers. Cheers to you, and cheers to everybody.
I don't drink, but cheers to you, man.
Not old enough, man. Well, actually, where you live, you probably are old enough, right?
I am old enough.
Okay. Cool.
In Panama, not in the U.S.
Right.
You guys are weird.
We're like a puritanical country or something. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, man, but awesome concert. It's always, every week, it's really something to look forward to.
Oh, great, man. That's awesome. I look forward to every week as well. So it's always good either way. How's it going down in Panama?
Going pretty good. We're all practicing a lot, seeing that we're in quarantine.
Yeah.
It's a nice break to just listen to you play for an hour, and then feel bad about my piano playing, and then be like, okay, I got to shed for next week.
Yeah, actually, I have been getting a little more time to hear so many great live streams. Of course, the Chick Corea stuff is amazing. Who else did I hear? Nicholas Payton was that last night or the night before on the Blue Note thing. Man, he's always like just off the charts. You don't know what he's going to do. Keyboard, it's just the brilliance level. But it's been really. Sometimes I wish I just had time to just sit around and listen to all the different things because it's almost could possibly get to be too much, which is a wonderful thing. But Fred Hirsch, he's been doing some beautiful things. Emmett Cohen on Mondays. Yeah, it's kind of like you can plan out your week by some great performances. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
Cool, Tomas. Good to see you, bro.
Good to see you too, man.
All right.
Thank you. Next is David.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, David. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, just a quick thank you again. It's been several weeks now since I've watched your wonderful Friday night program. I know you keep saying that you wish that Chick Corea would not realize that confinement is over, but I kind of feel the same about you. I kind of wish that confinement won't be over. So every Friday night you could play for us and we can be in our living rooms and maybe someday even watch you live again. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get back to that. You know what? I think I'm gonna do this for a while actually, because even as we're opening up or whatever, man, it's like you got to be careful even what you say. It's like a political statement if you even say open up or not. But whatever's gonna happen, which nobody knows, I think that especially for us traveling around to places and touring, like there's a lot of unknowns. So there's a lot of things that need to be worked out. Even before, like, restaurants and stuff. You talk about concert halls and clubs where people are packed in and just the economics of it and, who knows what. So I could, maybe be a period of a little bit. Like what I really want to do here is to get, once it's safe to do, a very small audience in here on a Friday night. It might be like 2 people or 4 people. The first, bringing in Rachel, that was big 3 weeks ago. That went from 0 to 1, but we're in the same household. But where we can have, because it's kind of hard to tell from how it's set up here, but we have a lot of space here. So, and then maybe people start to see, the water's okay. Maybe I can stick a toe in or whatever. The sharks won't get me. But we're going to keep the streaming going for sure because, I really have an interest in, not only meeting and reaching all you guys and beyond people coming along. I think it's a very, interesting and exciting thing to be able to present the music in a little bit of a different way. And the next step, I think, for me is to see how can it be done live and online at the same time, So we have some ideas. Actually, even before we get people in here, I got a couple ideas, but I don't want to spoil the surprise. Plus, we're still trying to see if we can do it and get the equipment and stuff. But even for the next few weeks, I've got a few little enhancement and ideas because I watch stuff. I don't know if any of you guys are classical music fans, but like I watch I've been watching for years the Berlin Philharmonic.
Oh yeah, I have the great.
Yeah. I mean, they've been doing it for like 12, 15 years, the streaming, and like they're at a very high level with the way that it's directed and presented. And it's just amazing. I mean, I've heard them. I've actually played with them on that stage. So I know what to compare it to. And of course, it's not like being there, but I mean, it's frighteningly close. And you know, you could see that a bunch of times and watch the streams. And then once you got a chance to go, and that might be a once in a lifetime trip that you took to Berlin or something, I mean, that would make it even more special because you're prepared for it and you've seen it and stuff. So that's kind of along the lines of what I'm thinking about.
That's great. Hey, can I share a quick anecdote about Autumn Leaves?
Absolutely.
So my grandfather was a music publisher, and in the 60s, he was partnered with Johnny Mercer, and he optioned the rights to the French tune called Les Feuilles Mortes. And he had a 3-month window to get Johnny Mercer to write the lyric. And Johnny Mercer was notoriously slow in creating his lyric. And literally on the last day of the option, my grandfather went to go pick him up to take him to the train station and handed him a sheet with a lyric that he had written on the porch. And my grandfather had tears in his eyes. And that's one of my favorite grandpa stories. So I thought I'd share it with you.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's great. Thanks for sharing, man.
Sure.
You're
right.
Palm Springs, right?
Yeah, Palm Desert, but I'm
Palm
from LA. We're just confined, and hopefully back to LA when things are a little less crazy.
Got it. All right. Well, stay safe out there, man. Enjoy
right.
the dry heat. Enjoy the sauna.
Yeah.
Next is Rob R.
Rob, what's up? Where you at?
Hey, Bear. I'm in New Jersey, beautiful New Jersey.
Cool.
I asked this a couple of weeks ago, but I wonder if you could like tell us again, like what was the last week of preparation like for this? How do you prepare for this?
So like now I'm kind of getting into a flow, which is it's been a little bit not really difficult, but just an adjustment for me because it's been so long. I mean, really since I was a teenager, maybe even that I had a regular schedule where I could even be in the kind of weekly flow. So it's funny. It's really, I mean, it's taken everybody to adjust me because everyone's schedule is so different. But I've never gone this long without like traveling. Like my life has always been kind of like two main different, on the road or at home. You know, and I've spent a lot of time doing both of them. But there was always that demarcation line. So now it's like here, and this has been the first opportunity for me to have a regular schedule where like Friday nights I do this gig, Saturday morning I get up and do certain things. Like this is the most programmed my life's ever been. And I love it. I'm like, man, this is great. Like I have so much time to get things done and no waiting at the airport and the hotel check-in and all that. But it's been a challenge for me just to know that like Wednesdays can be like technique day and you know, Friday, like now on Fridays I get a kind of a, I don't come in here until the evening. Rachel and I come in and we're like lunch pail coming in. So we don't have a lunch pail. I got a bottle of whiskey, you know, because I'm a responsible dad. But it's like, you know, this is kind of what we do. At like 5:30 we come and then we do a quick sound check and we check everything remotely. And so I'm loving it, man, because this is, you know, I'm getting a lot of musical outlet and I'm also communicating with a lot of our artists with Open Studio and we got a lot of stuff going on. But basically the preparation for this, it kind of is a little bit rolling is what I've done. So like I'm preparing repertoire for like future weeks. Sometimes it'll be for the same week, but sometimes it'll get to be Friday. And like this was the most last minute. I think right before we left at like an hour and a half before the show, I kind of decided on the final set list. And I actually threw the Autumn Leaves. I wasn't even playing that at all this week. I just sort of made a decision right at the last minute because the Amazing Grace, which actually I forgot I was going to work that in somewhere else and it just never came up today. So hopefully it wasn't an unlucky thing or whatever. But usually I start with that. I was just decided I'm going to change it up. And so everything else was kind of things I'd been working on. And so what I'll do is like Saturday's kind of my main chill day. I'll usually just practice at the house or I might come in here to the studio and just do some technical stuff. And that's kind of like the off day, but I'm still at the piano. And then Sunday I'm starting to like dig in and, you know, try different tunes. And I've got like a master list of tunes going back years and then new things come up and just like I'll hear stuff on the radio. I'll you know, talk to someone. It'll remind, I mean, there's so many, it's more like paring down the tunes. And then I'll just start playing stuff, maybe working out an arrangement, maybe not, getting familiar with it. And then by like, you know, Monday and Tuesdays are pretty heavy shed days. I mean, sometimes I'll do 4 or 5 hours or whatever, and then got a lot of other stuff. But I'm in here by myself, so I'm spending a lot of time in this exact same situation So that when Friday comes, it's like, wow, okay, I'm just playing, but let me put everything together that I've been working on all week into an hour, you know. But then also, I always like to have a lot of spontaneity in it and be like, well, what is the moment? Like, what is this evening gonna bring? And I think about the audience, I think about the world. I mean, I try to leave it open to something happening, you know. And the way I started tonight, that was totally unplanned. That was just like, and I got lucky. I got lucky that it was something that like inspired me, and just I try to keep my ears open and just not make it about like me and like what do I think I can do, you know. Even if I've been practicing it all week, if I have another idea, I just go with that and hope that it leads somewhere. And then there's certain tunes that I'm working on that I just don't feel quite ready. So then usually on Friday, like Friday morning, I'll kind of look at the list and be like, man, I thought I was going to have that ready, but let me push, because that's the beautiful thing about knowing there's another week and I've got the same kind of audience in a lot of ways, even though, you know, we got new people coming and going. But the advantage to having the same audience is like you don't have to get everything that you want to present in a week. It just has to flow as a program. So I start, and usually that's sort of Friday morning. Today was just a little later than normal. I'll look at everything and start to put the set together. That's not necessarily, it's got to be all stuff I'm comfortable with, or mostly stuff I'm comfortable with. One or two that are shaky is fine. But I just try to put it together in a flow that makes sense. And then, you know, the Stevie Wonder thing, because I was just, everyone's talking about him all week. I knew I wanted to do a lot of Stevie. I didn't know how much, but I've got a lot of his stuff ready to go. So that was just a matter of like, what's, you know, and then I just try to keep open for different ideas. So like the thing with Stevie, I was like, let me not do all really, let me do a couple of ones that folks don't probably know unless you're hardcore. And then let me give them something that everybody knows, you know, give it a nice combination.
Another great concert. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks for being here again, man.
Next, we're going to go to Bruce.
Oh, hey, Peter, how you doing?
What's up, Bruce?
How you doing, man? Hey,
I'm good.
4 quick points. Hey, man, first of all, thank you so much for doing this. This has been amazing. You're amazing, and just sharing your joy every week is amazing. And I got to say, I've been watching a lot of live stream music, and your team has put on by far the best production of any live stream music in terms of the quality of what you guys are doing and just how well it's done compared to virtually everything we've watched.
Thank you.
Third is I've now listened to You're Here every morning on my morning commute for the last year and a half, and just started playing music myself a couple of years ago. And I can't tell you how much I've learned from listening to you and Adam, and just want to thank you so much for what you do every week, because, you know, a year and a half ago, I, you know, was listening and I probably understood 10% of what you were saying. And now I'm maybe at 80%, but just appreciate what you guys do every day. And just wanted to thank you very much. And finally, I would just add some more guitar to, you know, you'll hear it every day.
All right. All right. You know what? I'm going to put that on Adam, because Adam is actually a very good guitarist. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't until I watched the 442 video, and then I'm like, he plays guitar. He never even talks about it.
I know.
In fact, he mocks guitarists, so I'm very annoyed.
It might be my fault. I think I pulled him so much into piano land. I mean, he's a pianist. He's an amazing pianist, and he added guitar, but he's a very good, I mean, he's a great musician, and he can play guitar, so, you know, he plays it really well. So I'll definitely tell him that we need to get some guitar talk happening, because we get too caught in the piano nerd area, I think.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Bruce. So thank you for the compliment. And I don't know if Dan is, let me see, is Dan Martin still on here? He may have dropped off, but Dan has been the whole team.
I'm here, Pete.
Dan's here. So a big shout out everybody to Dan Martin, because he's the one who holds this whole thing together. I mean, it's really a group effort. For me, I just come in and play and have fun. But Dan is the one. And if you could see, I mean, you can't see because of the way the lights are and stuff. But I appreciate you saying about the stream, because we've put a lot into this over these weeks. And it's not, I mean, coming and playing the piano is the same as it's always been. But I can tell you that during a pandemic period, so what it is if you want to do live streaming at this time, basically you're competing with every single church in the world that wanted to go online to do live streaming. And they have a lot of connections and a lot of money, and there's a lot of churches. And so they basically bought up every little piece of streaming cable and all these little adapters you need. So, you know, Dan has been scuffling around and getting stuff. And we had a nice head start because we had a lot of equipment, because we've been doing this. But we really hustled. Dan and Adam, Rachel. But really, just to give you real quick, the way this works, Dan is the one who's responsible for this, for the set design, which is, you know, I think is amazing. I mean, I keep looking at it and I think it's fun. You got Professor Longhair right here, you know. But little things like we've got all these lights, which is part of what makes the video so good. But this Professor Longhair has to be at the exact same angle, or else there'll be a reflection that's not pleasant to look at. So there's a lot of little behind the scenes things, and then Adam has the thing mic'd up, you know, really well. But I thank you, because I feel like that's the thing that's going to continue to make, you know, the streaming during this period of, you know, we can't be playing live interesting. For me, it doesn't matter who I'm listening to. If the sound and the video isn't good, it's kind of like there's only so much you can take. So what we're trying to do is present, you know, really the highest quality, you know, from beginning to end within the resources that we have and with the availability. So thank you.
Awesome. Next is Donna.
Hey, Donna.
Hi, Peter. How are you?
I'm good. Always good to see you.
Always great to see you. Friday nights are bearable now, but this was fantastic as always. Secret Life of Plants killed me. I have the album on vinyl.
Ooh, nice.
And yeah, and last week you mentioned Young Lions when you were younger.
Yeah.
But I was like, Young Lions, Young Lions. Yeah, I was listening to that in college, and I have a double album. It's 1982, Young Lions. So
yes, I know the exact. I used to have that album. Actually, it might be at my mom's house.
Cool Jazz Festival.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so I pulled that out today. So I'm like, I'm going to listen to this weekend.
I think on the tracks, the very young Wynton Marsalis on that, perhaps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like 18 years old or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's great.
Yeah. So, but thank you. This is I look forward to this so much every Friday night.
Oh, good. Thank you, Donna. And you know, it's funny you say Cool Jazz Festival. I'll tell you a quick story about what I mean. 100 yards from here, we're in St. Louis in a neighborhood called Grand Center in the city, in Mid City. The first jazz concert I went to was the Cool Jazz Festival, 1983, but it actually might have been 82 now that I'm thinking. But the lineup was, my dad took me to this concert. It was 83, I think. I mean, right around the corner from here. I could walk there in 20 seconds. Fox Theater is like this huge, you know, like 4,000, you know, like the one in Detroit here. I think Cleveland, you know, it's a wonderful place. But the lineup was Oscar Peterson Trio with Ray Brown, Ed Thigpen, Ella Fitzgerald, special guest with Oscar Peterson, Count Basie Orchestra, and the opening act, Joe Pass solo guitar. That was my first jazz concert ever. So like I'm
a little older than you. So my first one was earlier, and it was Count Basie at Carnegie Hall.
Oh wow!
And I mean, I can't even say the rest. It was amazing. But yeah, I grew up going out to hear a lot of jazz. My dad was a drummer with the big bands.
Nice.
And he played in the New York studio for Sinatra way back nice. In the day.
Yep.
So I have like a lot of stuff. But yeah, the Young Lions, when you were just a cub.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Don. Good to see you.
Thank you. You too.
Yep.
Next is Marnie.
Hi there, Peter.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just wanted to let you know that I just moved my little office area here to the front of my apartment by the window. And it was really lovely listening to your playing and looking out the window at the park and the pond and everything else.
Awesome.
Like Crepuscule with Peter.
Oh, nice. Ooh, Crepuscule with Nelly. That's a great Monk song. I need to put that on my list.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
And really, that's all I have to say. But I really enjoy your concerts. I'm so glad you're continuing to do them, and I'm really glad to hear that you're not going to suddenly cut us off very soon.
No, not at all. As long as you guys don't cut me off, let's not cut each other off. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Marnie. Man, it looks like you're. Where are you in the world?
In Chicago. Chicago,
that's right. So, man, that's such a beautiful view. With the tree behind you looks like a like a stenciled. It's beautiful against the. But how is the sun still? No, that's some kind of light.
Well, let me see what I've got here.
Here, Rachel. We've got everything. Oh wow, it's beautiful there. Yeah, the sun's already gone down. We're only 300 miles away, but it's like the sun's gone down here already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, take care.
All right, thanks, Marnie.
Marnie. Let's see. Anybody else got any questions? We don't have any hands up right now. Peter, you have something to say?
No, just that I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody looks, happy and I think that somebody mentioned something about that this is making Fridays bearable or good or something that's great. Let's all think about. I know that's like energy level. I've found is I'm still learning about my energy at different times during this period. It's so weird, but let's try to find, for me, as I'm getting used to a regular schedule of being in one place in one city every day, let's try to find something every day. I mean, I don't need to be in here doing concerts every day. If I did that, you guys would be like, oh, I love it so much that every day you'd be like, oh, no, that's too much. But let's try to find different markers during the week, because I think it's such a great thing to during this pause and to be able to slow down, and maybe we can even take some of these things as we come out of this pause. And I was referencing Christian McBride. We had such a wonderful conversation the other day. I'm so grateful for it. And I was letting folks know, and I'll let you guys know, he wrote this wonderful article or piece. I don't even know what you call it. He wrote it himself, and he in The Nation magazine online. And he was talking about just what's happening in the world of music when everything stops at one time, live performance. And he called it a fermata, which, those of you that are musicians, the fermata is like the signal in classical music when you pause for a minute. But I always find that, like, when you pause in music, whether you're improvising or whether it's a fermata in classical music, that's the chance to, like, listen. Listen to something else that's happening, or listen to what you're supposed to play next. And in jazz, that's really what we do. And like solo piano, I've been trying to take advantage of this time to, like, it's just so much freedom, because I mean, the horrible thing about it is I don't have a bass player and a drummer that I love to play with. But the wonderful thing about it is I'm playing by myself. So it's like, how do you look at it? You're missing other people, but I can do a fermata at any time. And then what I try to do is just sort of listen to see what do I need to play next? Not what do I want to play, or what do my fingers naturally go to, but like what's out there in the world. And so maybe we can do that for like each day of the week, like since we're pausing anyway. And, like Marnie's saying, she's sitting, going to sit at a different place. Maybe we were moving so fast before we didn't have time to, like, even think about where we're sitting in our house and stuff like that. And so I'm going to really try to do that this week. And then maybe when I see you guys next week, we can even talk about that a little bit, because I see that as definitely part of the kind of silver lining of the pause period, the fermata that we have. So, yeah, so that's it. I'm going to go home and have dinner like we do. And I think that's it. Do we got any announcements, Rachel? We got so much stuff going on. I feel like we should announce. Why don't you give them a quick, just kind of what's happening, or Dan or Rachel, whoever wants to.
Let's see. So tomorrow we have a concert with Humera Lubambo live on our YouTube channel. Then on Sunday, we're going to be on Instagram live with Mark Whitfield,
yes,
and the guitarist. And
we're gonna be having a discussion, a little hang, me and him.
We'll hang. Yeah. Then on Tuesday, we're doing a live listening session. Album is TBD.
Yes.
And then we're going live with Sean Jones on Wednesday.
Yes, a hang with Sean Jones, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and for this group, I'll just say, I mean, of course, you're welcome to any of these events. The Tuesday night might be fun and I'm trying to see. I think Torrin was Torrin on there. I know a couple of you. I've been seeing everybody in so many places. I'm trying to remember where it was. But the Tuesday night's kind of fun. That's Adam and I. We just listened to an album together. This was a great idea that Adam had, and it's been so fun. The only challenge has been, like, how do we dodge YouTube's music publishing censors? But we figured out a way to do that so that they don't shut us down. So we're all good there. But we just, like, talk about a record that we like. It was fun last week because we did a record, actually the first 2 weeks that a lot of people didn't know. And so we'll be able to introduce it to them. But we just like listen. And actually, I have an assignment for Tuesday because I had an Italian wine. And people were like, you got to tell us what the wine is. So I'm going to do a wine pairing once we figure out the album. So we're going to announce that. And then I'm going to make something that's like available to everybody. And not like a crappy Barefoot bottle, but like something mid-range, like a pandemic wine that we can all afford, right? Sorry, Rachel.
Oh, no, it's fine. Those are really it. And then, next Friday is you again.
Right, got it. Yeah. And then just so you guys know, on the performance stuff, we're going to start doing, I got a couple of ideas, and none of this is official yet, but we got some other stuff coming up with, and they won't be on Friday night because we're going to try to do something. But if you guys ever have ideas, just let me know here or let Rachel know how whatever you want, because we really want to, just provide interesting things to listen to. The education stuff we do, but also just this kind of stuff performance-wise. So
yeah, and if you see any of our artists doing live streams with anybody else, we're happy to share those and promote them as well.
Exactly.
I will just interject.
Rachel Martin.
Look at that cutie. He sleeps through everything.
Cats sleep a lot. I got 2 lazy ass dogs at home that nobody sleeps as much as those dogs. Those dogs sleep. Yeah. Anyway, okay.
One final question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Peter.
No. Go ahead.
Okay, Gordon.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hi, Peter. Just want to say thank you for your wonderful Stevie Wonder tunes tonight.
Yeah.
You could have done Stevie Wonder all hour.
I know, all month.
All month. Doing great. But I do want to tell you, Peter, I've been studying. I bought many of your classes, and I really enjoy them. And I've been told by a lot of people that I'm really improving. So I want to give you a little free commercial to anybody I meet that you're a great instructor, sir.
Oh, thank you. I love hearing that because we make these courses and they can become one way because we record them and they're done. It's not like a lesson where you're going back and forth. And so, I know that we're putting good information out, but it's you guys, like the students have to take it and run with it and do it. And so once you do it and then it works well, I love hearing that. And I'm always telling all my artists, I was just telling Greg, I just did Ruben Rogers today. We did a thing earlier because they're not as, hearing all this as much. And this has been great during this time. They've been hearing it more, all of our artists. And I'm always telling them, being able to connect with you guys because we're just passing on stuff that was passed on to us, just in a new format. And
your Elements of Jazz Piano, man. It's got so much information there. It's going to take years to go through it.
Yeah, that was man. People really love that course. That seems to be like the most popular course piano-wise, especially at that kind of intermediate and advanced level.
Well, the one that's every week. I meant. Did I get the wrong name?
Week. Jazz Piano Method.
Method.
Oh yeah, that thing is like
There's a lot of stuff there.
Like an out of control cat monster. That's just
I like it all. It's just great, and everybody should study with you.
Oh, thank you, Gordon. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Gordon. All right. Peter, got any last words?
No, just, peace and love to everybody. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And we'll be back here next week, and stay healthy, stay strong, and love you guys.
All right, we're going to unmute everybody.
Oh, yeah. Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy weekend.
Obrigado.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Obrigado. Hey guys, good night. Ciao.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
Have a good week.
Cheers.
Bye, everybody.
Cheers. Bye.
Ciao, belli.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye, Tania. Bye, Tania.